it is imperative. It is the most important step that we need to take in the world that we live in today, not just in leadership, but also at grassroots level, where they're seen more and more, where they own spaces, where their work, their identities, their lives become visible. They become a power. They become powerful narratives in history and everything else that's being documented in the current times. So it's not just leadership roles that women have to be at. Of course, that empowers more and more women at the grassroots level also. But we need them to be really owning schools, colleges, universities, workplaces, public spaces, everywhere. I wish it was that simple. Of course, there is a long history, human history, of keeping the women marginalized and them being the victims of everything that was not to be done on humanity. So you talk about wars and women have suffered the most. You talk about any kind of calamity, um, they have suffered the most in a way because women's bodies are used as weapons. They are used as, um, mediums of revenge. And women and children happen to be the most vulnerable sections. So there's so much that goes in the world in the form of atrocities and violence against them, that even the basic survival becomes a challenge. And when you're fundamentally, really fighting for the basic right of safety and security and basic fundamental human right of respect and dignity, then what we're talking about going and being in the leadership position obviously becomes a long, far-fetched dream. So then, therefore, I keep saying that it has to, of course, be top to bottom, but it has to be at a level where their fundamental rights are given to them. The dignity that they deserve is given to them at homes, in communities, within societies. And it will, of course, come from the social support. Um, it cannot be only women's job. Men are equal allies and more willing now, because we all know that empowered women make for better families. Empowered and educated women make for better families, more empowered families, societies, communities. So it is on all of us to actually ensure that the fundamental right of living safely, having education, having a chance at livelihood, job, security, or a choice on their own bodies and their lives is given to them. It is such an important event because it's not just a discourse that we're talking about. We're talking about sharing experiences and anecdotes, and that's where a lot of inspiration comes from for the younger generation, or for each of us, where we are learning from our peers, we are learning from our seniors, and we're also recalibrating and looking at what we need to do differently in order to become better citizens and become better people and empower each other and really give space to each other in the field of leadership and otherwise. So these kind of dialogues, therefore, really become the conduit to empowering all of us and become more, and they're enablers. These dialogues are nothing but enablers. So very, very important, and many congratulations to have pulled off such a successful event.